Hi everybody, this is Diane. You guys seem to be enjoying the color project videos that I've done so far, which was just an introductory one, and then we worked on the purple one. So since you're enjoying it so much and seem excited about it, I thought we would, the cover's upside down, I thought that we would work on the orange one together today. So there is a pretty, kind of a medium shade of orange and then a dark orange, almost a burnt orange, which matches the spine. The next three books that I have to do, orange, green, and red, are in good condition as far as the spine goes. There are no tears, cracks, or anything. So I'm going to do them all the same, and so I'm going to do that with you today so you can see how I am fixing up spines. The pink one was just the same, did it the same way. The other two required something a little bit different, which I talked about in a previous video, but I didn't get to show them to you. I was kind of hoping that one of these would have something that I would have to fix so I could show it to you, but I'm not going to fix it just to show you because it doesn't need fixing. So what I have done is I cut a 1.5 inch piece of chipboard. It's not quite as sturdy as the ones I normally use when I'm creating a spine, but it will do for this because I just want to reinforce it. So I cut it to 1.5 inches because that's about the width of the spine here, and I cut it to the right height. So I'm just going to glue it in here with my Fabri-Tac. I just filled my bottle up, so this should be running smoothly. Oftentimes a Reader's Digest book will crack right in here. These are in good condition, but I don't want to take the chance on it breaking, so I'm going to reinforce it across the folded part, the bend, with some Tyvek. So I've already cut that to size. And if you don't know, Tyvek is a plastic paper that you cannot tear. So it's really good for reinforcing spines. And I guess you can get it in just sheets now. I haven't looked for it online or anything, but I have plenty of envelopes. So I had purchased some envelopes, and I've already cut this one apart, but I just cut up the big envelopes to use. And you can find them on Amazon, Tyvek nailing envelopes, or look for Tyvek sheets. And then, of course, I don't want to leave the Tyvek there, so I'm going to cover it with fabric, which I've already torn to the right size. I'm just going to trim off some of these little threads that are hanging. And I will continue to use the Fabri-Tac for this. When I do a flip through of all of the journals, I will again talk about how I repaired the two spines that were damaged. Now to cover up the raw edges here, I'm going to use some rickrack. I think I would rather use this narrow rickrack, and it is vintage. Cut off that damaged piece. And once we glue this rickrack on, we are going to decorate the cover. And I did not do any pre-selecting for that. So hopefully I can come up with something pretty quickly on camera. love the different shades of orange in this fabric. Complements the 2 shades of orange in the end paper. This fabric isn't vintage, but I did purchase it at a flea market this past summer. I got a bunch of kind of orange and teal and brown, just beautiful fabrics that went really well together. So I was able to use, I had 2 orange pieces in there and I was able to use them. Alright, so we've got the inside done, except for I'll put a, I'll decorate like I usually do with a pocket and a label. But there we go. A little bit is hanging off the bottom, so I'll trim that. Now, let me just show you some of the things I pulled for the orange journal. I have some paint chips. I have this orange scrapbook paper that was cut into a tab shape, and these are just things I pulled from my stash. These memo notes, a while you were out paper, which is kind of a peach color. These bingo papers. And these stamps from this book, family stamps. Some of them were more yellow, but these pages were orange, so I'm going to use some of those. I have this big carrot that came from a children's book. I don't know if I'll use it, but I have it here. And there's some orange labels here. And then these are the pieces I pulled. These are little pieces that I'm going to pull from to decorate my cover. So let's find a focal point. I think this butterfly might be too big, but I could cut him. But I think we'll wait on that. I guess that's a moth. Here's a smaller one. There's also some pretty orange roses. This would help the roses stand off from the orange book cover. There's this orange kitty sticker, which is really cute. I've got some stamps and tickets, various cutouts. This was just a scrap that I stamped on. This will probably be a journaling card. I've got some digital fussy cut butterflies and some die cuts, and this one was stamped and cut out. Here's a little postage stamp. Ticket might be fun. So I'm not going to be putting any fabric on the outside. I don't have to worry about fabric coming over and covering up any of this collage. And I think since this bingo paper is pretty thin paper, I'm going to use Mod Podge. These are neat stamps. National Grange. Not sure I like that. This is the back of the ticket. That's kind of cool. If I cut it in half, I can put some up here. here. Okay, now I'm going to take a picture of it so I can remember how I have it all arranged. I'm going to silence my phone while I have it out. I'm going to take my Mod Podge, which I should probably, oh shoot, I should have run it under hot water. Oh good, I can open it. Sometimes I have to take it to the kitchen sink and run hot water over it so I can open it. Thank goodness it opened today. Ugh, just keeps it coming. Wipe off the Mod Podge around the mouth of the jar so it won't stick so much. And I'm going to grab my wax paper, which I have a sheet of it just over my end here, and we'll get busy gluing. I haven't worked on these in several days because it was the weekend. I made some tags, which I did do a video, but I don't know when or if it'll get put on my channel or if I'll just put them in my shop. I'll do a video before I put them in the shop, but I don't know if I will post the video of the making of them because my picture's upside down. Why is my picture upside down? My camera's right side up. Must be I held my camera upside down when I took it. All right, let's just get going here. So I'm going to take all of these off and I'm going to coat the front. Don't want my camera too near my phone, too near my cup of Mod Podge. You're tempting fate when you do that. What was I saying? Oh, I'm going to be putting those tags that I made in my shop, but I was busy. I don't even know what I was saying. I've got other videos, and if I'm going to do more of the color ones than I have been doing, I might not have a day to put. I don't like to do more than one video in a day because if once I post the second one, then people stop watching the first, and so I just usually leave one video up for the day, and then the next day I'll maybe put another one up if I have another one to go. So you might be getting more videos from me this week, or until these color journals are done at least. Plus I had an extra one for the impromptu haul that I did. So if you didn't see that, you might want to see it. I went to an antique market in Salamanca, New York. An antique mall. Has 1,000 vendors in that mall. Okay, now I don't want to glue this down yet, but I need this where I want it so that I can position everything else. And of course it's thin paper, so it's going to stick. But I want to put these little pieces on where they just poke out from behind this. Once I get these in position, then I can press the rest of this bingo card down. I'm not putting anything on the back cover, but if I Mod Podge the front, I usually Mod Podge the back too, just so that they have the same texture to them. the same finish. Okay, next will be the rose, I guess. And this is just going to go slightly behind that leaf, so I can put that on first. So far, all of my covers have featured a flower. Today is my grandson Teddy's birthday. He is 10 years old and very excited about his birthday. He likes to be the center of attention. He likes to feel special. We all do, but he does to the extreme. We have to try to temper that, but today we can let him be the star. All right, so I am going to pour the rest of this Mod Podge back into my container. Ah, dropped it right in there. Slipped out of my fingers. I am not going to fuss with that right now because it will end up requiring the washing of the hands. I'm going to let it sit in there. Oh boy. Never done that before. First time for everything. And I am just going to set this aside so it can dry, and we'll work on decorating some pages. Got a lot of Mod Podge on that inside the cover. Boy, I'm just making a mess here today. So I'll have to cover this area with something large enough to cover up the sticky ickies. Okay. All right, done with the picture. Now we can start decorating the pages. So I want to start, if I have a notepad, like that kind of a thing, note paper in orange to put on the front of each one. Let's see what I have. I can use one of these and one of these. And maybe a peach. I did use the peaches as a small page in each signature. Let's start with this one. And these are the washi tapes I pulled. I didn't show you the washi tapes. I don't get to use my orange ones very often. And I really like this one. It's just fun. And then this one is more my style with the traditional damask look to it. We had an extremely windy night the other night. Sunday night, I believe it was. Really, really windy. And yesterday was windy too, but not like that. And it was cold. And today it was flurrying snow, but nothing turned the ground white. It just melted as soon as it hit the ground. So it looked like it had been raining. But I think it's the second time we've had flurries, but we haven't had any snow that sticks or that needs shoveling or even that you need to brush off your car, really, unless you're up in the hills maybe. So I'm going to use some of my washi to give this a little more decoration, because this isn't really decorated. It's pretty, what do you call it? It's just a useful paper. It's not the word I was looking for, but I guess that's going to have to do. Utilitarian, that's the word I was looking for. This says, make today amazing, so let's try to make today amazing. There's one. I'll use this one. It's a memo page. Maybe that would look better on the dotted paper, so I'll use the peach. And maybe wrap the peach around. You can jot something on there. Of course, you can write on this. There's lots of space here for writing. You can write even on the orange, so. But I'm still going to put this on. Just use this. Today is Tuesday. Just went to the antique mall yesterday, so I put that video up today. And then I did just put up a video because after that, because I've listed those Christmas ideals and a couple other things. But once those things sell, I will take that video down. So it can go back to just being my haul video up as a new video. I don't think I'll put anything else on there at this moment. It's windy today too. That's what made me think about the wind we had Sunday night. I can hear it out there. Looking forward to going to have just a little quiet dinner, as quiet as it can be, with a 10-year-old who's having a birthday at my daughter's house. It's just going to be me joining their family. And I have a cute little present for him. I can tell you, well, he has a YouTube channel, I told you that, and he gets notified whenever I get a new video, when a new video goes up. But I don't think he watches them. He might watch it long enough to give me a thumbs up. Just turn it on, give me a thumbs up, and then get off it. But this video won't go up till after his birthday dinner, so I'll tell you, he loves Calvin and Hobbes, you know, the cartoon, and so do I. It's like, I like Peanuts as a cartoon, but a very close second is Calvin and Hobbes. And so I bought him from Amazon. I got him a tiger, a stuffed tiger, but it's not really Hobbes, but it's designed to look like Hobbes. And I had gotten one for his brother Adam several years ago because he saw it on Amazon and he really wanted it. So I got him one, and now Teddy is really into Calvin and Hobbes and he wants his own Hobbes. So that's what I got him. He's getting a Hobbes tiger today. So that ought to be fun. I'm just going to get a paper that I can use for gluing. And fumble fingers today. Got a pile I can use. I'm excited to get these journals completed, and I have been making the bead dangles. I think I have them all made. So I've got to remember to put the hole in that spine with the eyelet so I can hang the bead dangle. I think they're going to be fun journals. I think they'd be really fun all lined up on a shelf right in a row. Of course, I don't think that they'll end up being that way. Okay, so we have the front page done. On this page, I'm going to add something like that, a ticket-like image, and I might have to make some orange ephemera. But for now, by make, I mean stamp something or die cut something or punch something. Yeah. So I'm going to stamp something right now because I want something round. So I'm going to take my doily and stamp that onto orange cardstock. Let's do it on this one. This color might look better on it, but I want it to be bright. So I'm still using my stash. These are Stash Buster journals. So even though I'm creating this piece of ephemera, it is my scrap stash, my stash of stamps that is being used. When I used some die cuts to make some ephemera for a couple of the other journals, maybe purple or, I don't remember, maybe the yellow, I don't remember, but I used my die cuts, but they are in my stash. My die cuts are in my stash, and I used cardstock that was in my stash. I have not purchased or printed anything for these journals. So that's all I want, is just a couple little pieces there to embellish. And this kind of blends in with the background, but that's okay. You can see the printing on it standing out from it. On this page, I will use a postage stamp, I think. It's Queen Elizabeth in a burnt orange or terracotta color. And I had 3 of these sheets. I believe someone sent them to me. Yes, somebody sent them to me recently. The Lord is round about his people. It has a scripture verse on it. Alright, I'm going to look at my pink book to see what I did next in it. They're not exactly the same because I don't have the same color of elements. I don't have the same elements in every color, I should say. So for this one, I have these pink tickets, which I don't think I have in orange. Let me just check. But I could use just something long and thin, like this. I think I'll put it on this side though, because this can be written on very easily. And you could write on this, but I think I'll add this here. And I don't think I have an orange library card, but I could tuck this into it for journaling. Oh, I just put the glue on the wrong side. So I guess I will put it over here. You'll still have plenty of room to write. And when that's dry, that'll get tucked in there. For this one, this was in my stash, but I made it with my Cricut. I don't have anything like that in orange, but I might make something. Maybe for one of the other signatures. But maybe I could use a carrot. I'll have to cut part of it off. Maybe I should have kept the shadow. And instead of making the pocket down here, I'll just do a side one if I decide to go with the carrot. Because it is pretty cute, isn't it? I want to cut it closer. Sorry if I'm not in camera. I don't know how much of that green stalk will remain. So I'm not going to cut around that yet. Maybe I'll put it on like that. Yeah, let's put it on like that. And here's a pencil. Just mark right here, and here, and here, and here. And then it can be a little diagonal belly band, sort of. But I'll glue it to some cardstock to make it sturdier. We'll have some white showing around these because I'm not going to cut these extremely close. I made a glue book out of this book cover. It was called Making Rabbits. It was really, really, really cute. The cover, the illustrations in this whole book were so cute. Still have some of the pages that I can put in journals. Are you crafting along with me today? What What are you making? Inquiring minds want to know. I enjoyed reading your answers to my questions about your favorite colors and the colors that are most difficult for you to work with, as I was working on my purple journal, which was a difficult color for me to work with. Orange is something I don't work with very often, but I do like orange. I don't use it a lot. And I don't think I wear it. I don't think I have anything orange. I don't decorate with that color. But I was excited to get to work on the orange journal. I was not excited to get to work on the purple one. If it had been blue, I would have been more excited. But some of you love purple. We are all different. Like I said, my mother loves purple. And some of you can't stand pink, which is my favorite color. I think that'll be a really cute little tuck spot. Okay, what other edge needed to be glued? Right there. Actually, I could glue that whole thing down and just have the tuck spot be the carrot itself. I think it'll be alright. And I will put paint chip or some other type of card in here. That was fun. I lost my topper with the beads on it, the pearls. So I thought I would find it when I cleaned up after the last journal, and I didn't. It's got to be in here somewhere. I've been using these flower shapes and doily shapes for stamping. So I just thought that they went really well with the fun, bright colors. So I guess I'll continue with them. I have a Tangelo Twist stamp pad from Stampin' Up. Don't think we're going to be able to work much longer than at almost 40 minutes now. My camera has not been shutting off, because sometimes it was shutting off at like 44 minutes, but I've been doing some beyond, just a little bit beyond 45 minutes, and it hasn't shut off. So I think I will just keep working until it shuts off. How about that? I go off the corner, so I don't want to stamp on my mat, although it's not very tidy. It's covered in glue, dried up glue. The stamp set comes with these little flowers too. There's 3 of them. Oh, I got glue or ink on my finger and rubbed it on the paper. Maybe Maybe I'll just put a little journaling card there or something. I stitched some fabric along this edge. And this was just from a pad of paper that I had. Not even sure where I got it. It says this week, and then down here at the bottom it says this week will be last week, next week. There's a fabric flip there. And an envelope. I want to put something fun on this page. Do I have anything fun? Oh, the cat. The cat's fun. Put some glue stick on it. This came from that Victorian scrap sticker book that Jeannie sent me. The big fat one that you can get at Barnes & Noble. I think you can get it on Amazon. I went through that book and pulled out stickers that would go with the color themes that I had. That's adorable. And I think I should decorate the envelope somehow. It's a little tall. This came out of a strawberry shortcake book. I think that's Orange Blossom, maybe? Just looking for my little scissors. I'm even going to leave on the word here that says color. Someone sent me this, either the strawberry shortcake book. It was like an activity book for kids. And I don't know if they sent me the whole book or just pages out of it. I don't remember, but because of my strawberry themed journals that I did. But I was able to take some yellow and some orange out of it. Somebody commented on my first video, I think, of this series, reminding me to check my playing cards, which I haven't done yet. I'll have to go through them and see if I have cards that are predominantly one of these colors that I'm using. That was a good idea, so thank you for that suggestion. I have a lot of playing cards. I should use them at every opportunity. Some of these just peel off, so I can use the stamps from both sides. I'm laying it down in glue here. I can use scraps of my cutoff papers and do some embellishments too. So I'm gonna punch something out of these. I have a heart punch right here. Let's try that. I might want to use a circle punch. I can go there. Didn't think I was going to get to work on my journals today either, because I had to do my grocery shopping today since I went on my impromptu trip yesterday. And then I got busy listing the Ideals books and other things in my shop. I'm curious to, when I'm done with this video, to go in there and see how much of it sold while I was making this video. I also did some other stuff. I cut my papers and sewed the laces and the fabric flips on, and I didn't check my Etsy shop when I finished that. So I don't think they'd all be gone. I think there are some items in there that might hang out there for a while. But Ideals books usually go pretty quickly. This is a stamp. It's actually 2 stamps. And so is this. I'll just use that. And maybe something other than orange. Butterfly's too white, I think. I don't want it to be another color, but it can be something neutral. I would love to put that in there. I can have a hint of another color. I make the rules. There is green on flowers and the leaves on the fruit and stuff like that, so let's add a little green. I think this is wallpaper. Yes, it is. Okay, and I'll add some cards in those little pockets. I'll do some stamp. I'll do a stamp on this page. I'll do one of my doilies. I think that's the same color I used on these. Yep. This could be a little tuck spot. then I am going to turn the camera off, I think. Something like that can go in there. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Everything seems to be a little more challenging. I like to take one of the cut-off pieces. I guess I'm not ready to turn the camera off yet. One of the cut-off pieces and make a side pocket on some of these pages. So let's use that piece. The pages I cut 7 1/4. I have very little working space left. It's my own fault. I just let everything encroach. Let's try 2.5 inches. Could be that, or it could be that. Ooh, that's cute too, isn't it? But the dots are kind of large scale, so I'm going to go with the small scale. Check. And I have a circle punch here, so I can, it's a big one, but I'm going to use it anyway because that's what's handy. I love doing D-stash journals. Paint chip when it dries. Four o'clock. Time for me to do some housework before I go to Teddy's party. It's not a party, it's just a dinner. But to him, it's a party. Well, I think I'm not going to try to tax my brain anymore right now, but we came pretty close to decorating this one signature. I've got a few pages left. On the back pocket, I know that on the back page, I'm going to use one of these orange flashcards. So let's just glue that on there. And tuck something in that pocket sometime. Okay. Well, thank you for coming with me to work on this orange journal, the 4th in the Color Project series. So come on back to see what's going to be next, whether we'll decorate another journal together, or I'm not sure. I think I'd like to decorate at least one more with you, or at least partially decorate one more with you. So I don't know if it'll be the red or the green, but hopefully we'll do one more video before we get to the final flip through, because I'm just going to keep working on these off camera too. Hopefully I'll have Wednesday and Thursday and Friday that I can dedicate more time in here. Thank you for watching, and have a creative day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.